Hello. Hello. Yes. So, guys, what were we discussing in the last class? Tell me. Sources. Sources of Constitution. All right. So, let's continue with it. Sources of Constitution. Sources of Constitution. Which is to say that what items or what concepts, what principles we have borrowed from the constitutions of other nations. Not in their entirety, but just the concept of it. Just for its namesake. All right. And then obviously we have amended those items that we have borrowed according to our own history, according to our own society, right? Yes or no? And then we imported that concept from the constitutions of those nations, and we introduced them into our own constitution. Getting my point? Yes or no? So I think we had done UK's constitution. We did UK, USA, and Government of India. All right. Right, Japan. What we imported from Japan? What concept actually? What principle did we borrow from the Constitution of Japan? It is procedure established by law. Procedure established by law. Procedure established by law. That whatever process is to be carried out should be carried out according to the provisions written, made under a law. That's a legal framework. All right. That means the society, the country will not be run according to the whims and fancies of certain people or certain institutions. All right. There is a proper law, and everything will be held according to that law, which is made either in the parliament or in the state governments, right? In the state assemblies. Okay. Japan. Right. Australia. Three very important concepts. Three very important things. First is freedom of trade and commerce. Freedom of trade and commerce. Second is concurrent list. And third is the joint sitting of both the houses of parliament. And you can write, this is mentioned under article 108 of our constitution. Also at this point, right? The joint sitting of both the houses of parliament, not state assembly. What is meant by this concurrent list? Yes, tell me. We have discussed this concept earlier also. I think we had some ample amount of discussion regarding this concurrent list. Yes. What do you mean by concurrent list? Yes, in the back. Guys, what do you mean by concurrent list? Yes, girls. What is concurrent list? Huh? Tell me. the list in which those subjects have been mentioned over which both the central government, which is to say the parliament, and the state government, they both can make laws on the subjects written under concurrent list. All right, for example, tell me, give me any example. For example, education, very good. Or another example could be public health. All right, public health is another example which is mentioned in concurrent list. That means both the state government and central government can make laws on public health. All right, and so on and so forth. So many such examples. The joint sitting of both the houses. The joint sitting of both the houses. What does it mean? What do you mean by the joint sitting? Tell me. Huh? The joint sitting is, see, we already know this thing that parliament consists of Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, right? Yes or no? Yeah, right? Yes or no? Parliament consists of, actually, in reality, parliament is made up of three bodies: Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, and president. But president is not a member of either of Lok Sabha or of Raj Sabha, right? But even then, he has been called as the integral member of the parliament, because without president's signature, no bill can become act. And to make laws is the most important thing of parliament. It's the most important objective of parliament, to legislate upon laws for the development of society and the country. All right. But if president refuses to sign on any of the bills, that bill or those bills, they will never see the light of the day. That means they will never become law. That means the most important objective of the parliament will be compromised. And for this reason, president has been called as integral part of the parliament, despite not being a member of either of Lok Sabha or Raj Sabha, right? We had discussed these things 3 or 4 times, I think. Let's move on. What does joint sitting mean? Joint sitting means, let's say, Lok Sabha passes a bill. All right, any bill, Lok Sabha passes a bill. Let's say there is a amendment in GST Act. All right, there is a need to introduce another GST slab of, let's say, 45%. The government wants to introduce another GST slab of 45%, for example. Now, for this, we need amendment to the constitution, and for this, we need a bill, and that bill gets introduced in the Lok Sabha and it gets passed in the Lok Sabha. Let's say, for example, now that bill will go to Raj Sabha, right? Yes or no? That bill will go to Raj Sabha, or the reverse, or it could be introduced in Raj Sabha. It can get passed in Raj Sabha and then it will come to Lok Sabha. For example, that bill got introduced in Lok Sabha, got passed in Lok Sabha, and then went to, let's say, Raj Sabha, or GST bill, or any bill for that matter. And Raj Sabha did not agree with that bill. Raj Sabha refuses to pass that bill. Now what will happen? Tell me. Raj Sabha refuses to pass that bill. So one house is agreeing upon a bill, the other house is refusing to pass that bill. In this case, there is a provision of joint sitting. In this case, there is a provision of what, guys? Joint sitting. All right, and this has been this also has been mentioned under Article 108 of Constitution. Article number 108 of Constitution also mentions about joint sitting, right? So what will happen? The president would call joint sitting, and both the houses, Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, would sit in a large hall like this, like we all are sitting. All right, both the members of Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha will come together and they will sit in the same house. That is known as joint sitting. Okay? All right, and then fresh voting will be held on that bill, which was passed by Lok Sabha but was refused by Lok Sabha, or passed by Raj Sabha but refused by Lok Sabha. Getting my point? Right? A fresh voting would be held with regards to that bill, and if that bill gets passed in the joint sitting, the bill will be presented then to the president. All right? Or if it gets defeated in the joint sitting, in the voting of joint sitting, that bill would lapse. All right? So this provision has been taken from the Constitution of Australia. ठीक है? Right, next one. Right, Irish Constitution, Ireland. Constitution of Ireland. Concept of DPSP. Concept of DPSP. The most important thing that we have taken from Ireland is concept of DPSP. Second is nominations of members to Rajya Sabha, and second is nomination of members to Rajya Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, how many members are nominated in Indian Parliament? Tell me. Yes, guys, tell me. How many members are nominated in Rajya Sabha of India? 12. Yes, very good. These 12 members are nominated. And who nominates these members? It is the power of president. The president nominates 12 members to the Rajya Sabha. All right. And these people should be experts in their respective fields, which could be sports, literature, science, public service, politics, right? What have you. All right. This is a sort of backdoor entry into the parliament, because not every person is capable or is interested enough to contest elections. Getting my point? Election is a very cumbersome process. So not everyone is interested, despite being a giant in his or her own field. All right. So this is a sort of backdoor entry to the parliament. And this power rests with president. So this concept we have taken from Constitution of Ireland. And right, third one is procedure of election of president. Procedure of election of president. Procedure of election of president. ठीक. Tell me, in India, is the election process of president direct or indirect? In India, do we directly elect our president? Yes or no? No, we don't. We don't elect our president directly. All right, we don't elect our president directly. There's an indirect process to the election of president. How it works, when we will come to president, we'll see it. All right, getting my point? We elect our president indirectly. President is elected by those members who have been directly elected by us. Right, next, Canadian Constitution. Canadian Constitution. Canadian Constitution. Number 1. Federation with a strong center. Federation with a strong center. In India, our constitution has made states stronger than center, or the vice versa. The center is stronger than the state, or states combined. Yes or no? Right? This tilt towards center with respect to powers and also responsibilities. This provision we have taken from Canada. Federation with a strong center. Appointment. Next is appointment of state governor by the center. Appointment of the state governors by the center. Right, next, South Africa. South Africa. Process of amendment of constitution. Process of amendment of constitution. The way, the process in which our constitution will be amended has been taken from South Africa. Not the verbatim process. It's not the 100% copy and paste process, but we have borrowed the principle. And election of members of Rajya Sabha. Election of members of Rajya Sabha. German Constitution. Election of members of Rajya Sabha. German Constitution. Suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. Just a second. Suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. Suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. All right. Fine. Right. Any doubt up till this point? Anything you want to ask? Any concept? Any concept? Any principle? Any word not clear enough? All clear? Right? Soviet Union. Concept of fundamental duties. Ideals of justice. Justice of how many types? Of three types: social, economic, and political. In our preamble. In our preamble. In our preamble. All right. And lastly, French Constitution. French Constitution. Ideals of equality, liberty, and fraternity. Alright, guys. Ideals of equality, liberty, and fraternity in our preamble. In our preamble. Yes. Ideals of equality, liberty, and fraternity in our preamble. Please, if you have any doubt in any of the things, please feel free to ask, okay? Bindas, chill, just ask. Whatever you think is not yet clear, or you're not able to make any connection, alright? Just feel free to ask. Alright, guys, shall we move on? So this completes your sources topic. Alright, just go through it 2-3 times and you will remember the things. Okay? The most important among them is Soviet Union, French, US Constitution, Government of India, and Britain. These 5 are more important as compared to the others. Alright, shall we move on? Okay. Our next chapter is Preamble. Our next chapter is Preamble. What is Preamble? Preamble of Constitution. I am 100% sure all of you have seen Preamble. In our 10th class or 9th class or 11th, 12th books, CBSE books, there's a first page on which is written "We the people of India." Have you seen that? So this is what this is, Preamble of Constitution, alright? This is Preamble of Constitution. Okay, do one thing, take out your phones, type Preamble of Constitution or write Preamble, go to the images and see the first image. Yes. Do it quickly. Type Preamble in the Google, go to the images and see the first image. It will refresh your memory. Yes or no? It starts with "We the people of India," right? And the date given, okay. What is Preamble? Let's start with what is Preamble. Preamble is a sort of, yes, is a sort of short introduction, or we can say it's a summary. It's a summary of what lies inside the Constitution. Alright? Like for example, if I were to buy a book which is 400 pages thick, and on the very first page the summary of the book is written. So I will get a rough idea about the stories or the theme over which that book has been written. Yes or no? The details I will find in the book, but I will get a rough idea. as to what the topics or principles or theory or philosophy this book is actually talking about, or which direction this book is gonna take. Yes or no? So by reading the preamble, we get a rough idea about what lies inside the constitution, what principles actually are being discussed inside the constitution. Yes or no? Right? So it's a sort of summary. It's a sort of summary of constitution. All right? It's a short introduction or summary of the constitution. Very well said. It's a short summary. Okay? So in your in the images, in the image of preamble that you have before you, see the date has been written as 26/11/1949. Yes or no? On this date we adopted and gave to ourselves this constitution, right? And we have discussed this date ample times in this class. This was the date on which the Constituent Assembly, the drafting committee in particular, was ready with our constitution. Yes or no? The drafting committee was ready with our constitution. The drafting committee was one of the many such committees made by the Constituent Assembly under the chairmanship of many great people like Rajendra Prasad used to chair so many other committees. All right, Jawaharlal Nehru, J.B. Kriplani, Dr. Ambedkar, so on and so forth. Many committees and subcommittees were formed under these personalities. The most important committee was drafting committee. Yes or no? Drafting committee. Drafting committee had 7 members, and it was chaired by, the chairman of this committee was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Yes or no? Yes, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. But the question is, and it has been asked so many times in CDS, SSC, yeah, right? Even UPSC. Who was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly? This question has been asked. And many students, many sincere students do this mistake just in hurry. They write Dr. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar was the chairman of drafting committee. He was not the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly. The legal advisor was Sir B.N. Rao. All right. Sir B.N. Rao was the constitutional advisor to Constituent Assembly, and people who are in the know of the history of constitution making, they say that the role of Mr. B.N. Rao was even greater than that of Ambedkar in the formation, in the enactment of our constitution. Getting my point? But that's a sort of different academic debate. Let's not go into it. So the point to note, the exam worthy point is that Sir B.N. Rao was the legal advisor and Dr. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. But since drafting committee was the most important committee among all the committees, so drafting committee assumes a bit of more importance as compared to the other committees. Yes or no? All right. So that's it. So drafting committee was ready with our constitution on which date? On 26/11/1949, and this date has been mentioned in our preamble. And what is preamble? Preamble happens to be a short summary or a short introduction of our constitution. Yes, but there is a bit of history related with the evolution, amendment, and the overall structure of preamble as to how did it come about, and the various Supreme Court judgments regarding the existence of preamble. So let's see them. See, in Berubari case, (1960), Supreme Court said that preamble is not a part of constitution. In Berubari case, 1960, Supreme Court said that preamble is not the part of constitution. Okay? But in 1973, it changed its judgment. But in Keshav Nanda versus State of Kerala, and said that preamble is a part of constitution. Let's not go into the details of these cases because that's not what our brief is. All right, this is not a part of our syllabus, not in the one day exams anyway. So let's not go into the details of these cases. Just remember it that in Berubari Union case 1960, Supreme Court refused to accept preamble as part of constitution, but some years later, a decade later, in 1973, in a very famous case, it is perhaps the most famous case in the entire history of Indian courts, jurisprudence. This Keshav Nanda Bharti versus, oh my god, I'm sorry. This Keshav Nanda Bharti versus state of Kerala. All right, this state of Kerala. This is famous for not for this judgment. This is famous for its another dictation, another judgment, another doctrine proposed by Supreme Court. That was doctrine of basic structure. That's a different discussion altogether. We'll discuss it in fundamental rights chapter. Okay. For now, you just write this down. 24th April 1973, Supreme Court reversed its judgment and said that preamble is part of Indian Constitution. So this is the number one thing that we have to keep in mind when studying our preamble. All right. Shall we move on? Now, origin of preamble. As to where and how did preamble come about? See, let's go back to the formation of Constituent Assembly. Let's go back in the past. What happened on 13/12/1946, Jawaharlal Nehru came up with a document called Objective Resolution. Came up with a document called Objective Resolution. Objective Resolution. This paper, this document, this Objective Resolution actually contained, actually talked about many principles like equality, all right, social justice, things like that. And it actually formed the backbone of our preamble. Its modified version is known as our preamble. All right. So the history of preamble is this. On 13th December 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru came up with a document called Objective Resolution. It got passed in the assembly on January 22, 1947. That means the next month. So the year got changed and formed the basis of our preamble. So our preamble traces its history from to objective resolution. Yes or no? All right. Clear up to this point? So that's the second important detail that we have to keep in mind regarding preamble. Check. The third point we have to keep in mind is preamble is non-justiciable. Now who will tell me what does it mean? Preamble is non-justiciable. What does it mean? Non-justiciable. Yes. Excuse me. Yes, tell me. What does it mean? The preamble is non-justiciable. It means what? It means that government is not bound to follow the principles or the guidelines written in the preamble. All right? The principles or the subjects, the philosophy of preamble, the government is not bound to follow that philosophy. All right? Number one. And number two, it means that if government fails to obey the philosophy as told by the preamble, the government cannot be challenged in any court. This is what non-justiciable means. Right? Non-enforceable means. Alright? I think we have discussed this in earlier classes also. This concept of something being justiciable and something being non-justiciable. Okay? So the preamble is non-justiciable. Okay? The government cannot be forced by anyone to make laws or policy which obeys the philosophy written under preamble. The government is not forced, right? It can be persuaded though, all right? It can be implored, but it cannot be forced. So the preamble is non-justiciable, right? Fine. The next and most important point is the preamble has been amended only once so far. The preamble has been amended only once so far. All right. Since its existence, all right, up to 2024, this October 2024, our preamble has been amended only once. All right. And it was amended by what amendment? 42nd Amendment of 1976, which did what? It actually added 3 new words in our preamble. The words are socialist, secular, and integrity. All right. All right, guys. ठीक है, right? Any doubts regarding this? Any doubts? Yes, girls. Any doubts regarding this? Nothing. All good. Shall we move on? ठीक है. This completes your preamble part. This completes our preamble part. Now, the next chapter is fundamental duties. Next chapter is fundamental duties. What are fundamental duties? The first thing we have to keep in mind that they are applicable only to citizens and not aliens. They are applicable only to citizens and not aliens. Aliens in the sense foreigners. All right. The Constitution uses the word aliens. Aliens are not those creatures shown in Arnold movie, right? Not those aliens, but aliens. Anybody not Indian. Anybody not Indian is alien. They are applicable only to citizens and not aliens. Second important point. Just like preamble, they are also non-justiciable. First of all, what are these fundamental duties? They are nothing. They are just set of 11 duties. As of now, how many duties are there? 11 duties are there. They are just set of 11 duties which the citizens of India are expected to follow. A set of certain moral code which we are expected to follow. And it's not like that because they have been written in Constitution, that because they are mentioned in Constitution that we are following them. We have been doing these things since ages, all right, since time, all right, since history. We have been doing these things because these are the right things to do, and we have been brought up in our homes to actually behave ourselves and to actually conduct these small duties towards each other, towards our society, towards our nation. So things like that, all right. It's only that they have been mentioned in the Constitution by a certain amendment. So that's why it is a part of polity and we have to study them. Getting my point? We have been doing these duties anyways, irrespective of their constitutional nature. Okay? The second point important is that just like preamble, these duties are also non-justiciable. It means if any citizen is not performing his or her duty, the government cannot put that citizen inside prison. All right, that person cannot be punished just because he's not following his or her duty, because these duties are non-justiciable. Getting my point? Yes, these duties are non-justiciable. But the government can make appropriate laws, all right, in the parliament or in the state assembly to make citizens follow these duties. All right, getting my point? For example, one of the duties is, which we will write in a short while, one of the duties says that it shall be the duty of every citizen to respect and cherish the noble ideas and our national flag and national anthem. Right? It is one of the fundamental duties, but it is non-justiciable. Now let's say if I'm going to watch a movie, if I'm sitting in a movie theater, so you have seen that before the start of the movie, the national anthem plays, है ना? Yes or no? And as a sign of respect, everybody stands up to respect the national anthem. Yes or no? Right? Let's say in a hall full of 500 people, everybody is giving respect to the national anthem by standing, and I'm sitting on my seat. So am I fulfilling my fundamental duty? No. But can I be punished for it? No. Because these duties are non-justiciable. Unless the government enacts a specific law regarding it, I cannot be punished by any authority, any government. Getting my point? Yes or no? But we do these duties anyways, out of our moral obligation and by the way that we have been brought up in our society and in our homes, and by the civic sense that we all have regarding our society and our country. Getting my point? Yes? So it's a set of, as of now, 11 such duties. All right? Like, for example, another duty is to protect our environment. All right? To protect our environment. To protect our ancient monuments. It's also one of the duties. To develop a sort of scientific temper. It's also one of the duties. That is to not to follow blind superstitions, to develop a scientific attitude towards life, towards your own life, and towards society, towards your own life. So these are just simple set of some moral code of conducts which have been given the name of fundamental duty. Yes or no? All right. Write down, they are non-justiciable. They are non-justiciable. They are non-justiciable. Right? Background. How did these fundamental duties come about? Background. See, the year is 1975. Indira Gandhi and the Congress government has declared emergency in the country. Yes or no? The emergency went from 1975 to 77, right? All the media was in the jail, all the press was in the jail, the entire opposition was in the jail. Nobody was allowed to speak his or her mind, right? There was a sense of terror in the entire nation because there was a forced emergency, right? By the government. So, during this period, Congress appointed a committee. Congress appointed a committee to suggest fundamental duties akin to what is mentioned in Russian constitution, in Soviet constitution. Yes or no? In Soviet constitution, we have just seen that we have borrowed the idea of fundamental duties from the constitution of Soviet Union. So the committee was formed by the government so as to look as to what fundamental duties can we introduce in our constitution, just like there are a set of fundamental duties in the constitution of Soviet Union. So what we can do with our citizens, just like Russia has done with their citizens. Yes or no? Yes. So this committee was headed by Sardar Swan Singh, and it recommended set of 8 duties. And it recommended a set of 8 duties. This committee was headed by, remember this name, Sardar Swan Singh. And hence this committee is also known as Sardar Son Singh Committee, alright, or in short Son Singh Committee. Got it? And it recommended how many duties to the government? 8. It recommended a set of 8 duties to the government. But not all of the duties were accepted by the government. Can I rub this now? Shall I? Alright? ठीक है. Moving forward with the recommendation, the government via 42nd Amendment write it down. Moving forward with the recommendation, the government via 42nd CAA 1976 added a new part in the constitution, which is part 4A, and added a new article in that part, which is article 51A, and enlisted a total of 10 fundamental duties. Later on, in 2002, via 86th Amendment, one more duty was added to the list, taking the total to 11. Right? If you have problem with any word or writing, just feel free to ask, okay? Added a new article in that part 51A. So part 4A contains only one article, which is 51A. And that article has a list of 11 fundamental duties presently. Is what? Taking the total to 11. Taking the total to 11. So how many duties are there now? 11. A total of 11 duties are there. Yes, any doubt so far? Nothing? It's clear, no? It's very simple, it's clear. The government appointed a committee, Sardar Sona Singh committee, right? And it asked, just like there is a provision of fundamental duties in the constitution of Soviet Union, you suggest to us what duties can we introduce in our constitution for our citizens. All right, getting my point? So that committee did its research, all right, and it came up with recommendation of 8 fundamental duties. But government introduced 10 fundamental duties in one go, and another fundamental duty was added later on by 86th amendment 2002. Getting my point? And to introduce fundamental duties, government did not introduce them in an already existing part. Government created a new part, part 4A, named it fundamental duties, inserted one article in that part, article 51A, and enlisted all those 10 duties inside that one article. All right. And in 2002, later on, years later, decades later, it then introduced one duty also. All right. Getting my point? Yes. All clear? Shall we move on? Just like preamble, these duties are also non-justiciable and they are applicable only to the citizens of India. Right? Yes, clear? Shall I move on? Now, the duties are, now write down the duties. In no particular order, the duties are, you need not to remember these duties in this particular order. Just go through these duties 2-3 times and you will remember them. All right. There's no need to remember them even verbatim. You just need to remember the keywords written in the duties. All right. Just write down the duties. I'm not making you write the entire sentences. I'm just making you write the summary of those duties, right? By understanding the summary, by reading the summary, it will be very easy for you to differentiate between the given options. All right. If the questions from fundamental duty comes in the exam, right? Right. Right. To abide by the Indian Constitution. To abide by Indian Constitution. Duty number 1. To abide by Indian Constitution. And respect its ideals comma, the national anthem and the national anthem and the national flag. Yes, done. Okay, guys, just tell me what's the difference between there's a national anthem, yes or no? There's a national anthem of country and then there is national song, right? Yes or no? There's national anthem of country and then there is national song of the country. Which one is which? What is the national anthem of the country? Tell me. Jan Gan. Yes, right? Yes or no? Right? Everybody agrees this is the national anthem of country. Yes or no? What is the national song of country? Yes, anyone? Yes, girls? Yes, tell me. The national song? National song. It's my life. What's the national song? Vande Mataram. Right? Vande Mataram is the national song. Tell me, who wrote our national anthem? Yes, guys. It's a part of your modern history class. All right? All these topics will be dealt with under modern history class. But just for example, just for making the concept clear, Who wrote our national anthem? Rabindranath Tagore. Alright? Rabindranath Tagore is also known as, by his alias, Rabindranath Tagore is also known as worldwide Gurudev. He is also known as Gurudev. Who called Rabindranath Tagore Gurudev? Yes? Gandhi. Gandhi called Tagore Gurudev. And who called Gandhi Mahatma? Tagore. Alright? Who called Gandhi Mahatma? Tagore. ठीक है? Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore also happens to be the first non-white, the first Asian to ever win Nobel Prize. Did you know this? He was not only the first Indian or the first Asian, he was the first non-white person to ever win the Nobel Prize. He won Nobel Prize in 1913. In which field? Okay, tell me. In which field did he win the Nobel Prize? In science or medicine, literature? Yes, he won Nobel Prize for literature for his collection of poems known as Gitanjali. He won Nobel for the collection of his essays and poems. It's a brilliant book, Gitanjali. Alright? He won Nobel Prize. And he renounced, he gave away this Nobel Prize in protest. Tell me, when? In response to the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy in 1919, when the government, alright, the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy happened in April 1919, and the British government formed a committee to investigate, and that committee did not even praised the person who was responsible for Jallianwala Bagh tragedy. So in that protest, Rabindranath Tagore refused, gave his knighthood away, gave the title of Sir away to the British government. Alright? So that's the history. That's some history related with national anthem. He also wrote national anthem of Bangladesh. Alright? Now tell me, who wrote our national song? Who wrote our national song? Tell me. Sonu Nigam. Who wrote our national song? Bankim Chand Chatterjee. Have you heard of this name? Bankim Chand Chatterjee wrote our national song in his book Anand Mat. Right? So, some history related to this. Right? Second, cherish and follow the noble ideas. Cherish and follow the noble ideas. Duty number second. Cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our freedom struggle. Which inspired our freedom struggle. Third, uphold and protect. To uphold and protect. To uphold and protect the unity. To uphold. Duty number third. To uphold and protect the unity, integrity, the unity and integrity of the country. Next, defend the country when called upon to do so. Defend the country when called upon to do so. Defend the country when called upon to do so. Alright? Now tell me honestly, how many of you would actually follow this duty? Duty number 4. If country calls you to defend, if there's a need for, let's say, a severe situation develops at the borders and country calls you to defend, how many of you would go? Tell me honestly. Nobody? Eh? Wow, wow, wow. Nobody? Yes or no? Good. Okay, next. Promote harmony and brotherhood among all the people. Promote harmony and brotherhood among all the people. Promote harmony and brotherhood among all the people. And renounce matlab to leave them, to renounce the practices derogatory, derogatory in the sense means insulting, derogatory to the dignity of women, dignity of women. Derogatory to the dignity of women. Next. Value and preserve the rich heritage of the country. Value and preserve the rich heritage of the country. Value and preserve the rich heritage of the country. Next. Protect and improve the natural environment. Protect and improve the natural environment. All right. Natural environment. Next, right? Protect and improve the natural environment. To develop scientific temper. Next is to develop scientific temper. Next, to safeguard public property and abjure violence. To safeguard public property and abjure violence. Abjure is an English word, means abjure means, to abjure violence means छोड़ देना. Abjure means to leave something. Next, strive towards excellence in all spheres of life. Strive towards excellence in all spheres of life. Next, yes, this is the next. Uh, strive towards excellence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of life. All right, and the last one is to provide educational opportunities to All right. This duty was added by 86th CAA 2002. All right, guys. To provide the educational opportunities to child or ward aged between 6 to 14 years. This was not in the original part, this was rather added by 86th Amendment 2002. Getting my point? Yes? All clear? Okay? So this concepts your fundamental duty as well. Now tell me, have you received the book, the GS book by Pioneer, which contains the theory? Okay, in next class, whenever our class will be, you will be carrying a book with you. All right? Any GS book. All right? You'll be carrying a book with you because we are going to deal with DPSPs and fundamental rights in the next class. All right? So I won't make you write all the DPSPs and fundamental rights in detail. What we will do, we will just point them out in the book. I will tell you to leave the unimportant parts and mark the important parts, and we will discuss the concepts and the background here live. All right? Yes. So please carry a book with you next time. All right? Please remember it. You have to carry a GS book, any book which you feel it's good, like Lucent or Crown or any other book which you feel is good. Please carry that book into the class. I'll make you mark some of the important things in that book. Yes, guys? Clear? Girls? All right? Sure. See you in the next class. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon. So, how are you all? Which topic we are studying in the previous class? No, it's a silox. Syllogism. So, I think coding decoding has been done. Direction distance. Direction distance. Oh. And arithmetical reasoning. Arithmetical reasoning is a very important topic because 2 or 3 questions are always asked in the SSC CGL pre-examination. So, we will study today arithmetical reasoning. Please try to solve this question. How many students know about average? What is the average? Do you know about social justice? Do you know about social justice? How many students likes watching cricket? No. Average means social justice. To divide equally parts of the any asset to every person is called social justice. And average is also a social justice. For example, the average age of P, Q, R, S and T is 27. It means that let's assume that P's age is also 27, Q's age is 27 and R's age is 27, S age is 27 and T's age is also 27. It's mean. So if we add all the numbers of ages, so P P plus Q plus R plus S plus T. What is the sum of the total number of ages? 27, 27, 27, 27. There are 5 persons. There are 5 persons and average age is 27. So we have to multiply 5 into 27. Clear? The sum of average age is 135. And in the second condition, the average age of R and S 18. 37. There are only 2 persons, R and S. So we have to multiply 37 into 2 because there are only 2 persons. If there are 3 persons, we have to multiply 3. If there are 4 persons, we have to multiply 4. Here are 2 persons, so we have to multiply into 2. So R plus S. Total age of R and S is equal to 74. And next condition, Q and T is 18. So Q and T, average age is 18. So total sum of ages, there are 2 persons Q and T. So we have to multiply 18 into 2 equal to 36. So R, S, Q, T, there are 4 persons and we have to add 74 and 36. R, S, Q and T. If we add 74 and 36, it's become 110. 5 persons age is 135 and 4 persons age is 110. So remnant is P. So P's age is 135 minus 110 equal to P equal to 25. So it's our correct answer. Are you getting my point? Clear? Please speak happily and loudly. Ay shabash. Try this one. Is anyone got the answer? Are you taking my pick? Maybe. I think hit and trial is the best method to solve this type questions. Do you know about hit and trial method? By the options. To solve any questions by the options is called hit and trial method. I will speak 3 method of these questions. First of all, very basic concept. Let's assume X. It's a very basic concept. In an examination, a student scored 4 marks for every correct answer and lost 1 marks for every wrong answer if he attempted all the 75 questions. He attempted all the 75 questions. Let's assume he did x number of questions is correct. So correct number of question is x. So incorrect total number of questions minus correct, it's a incorrect. Is it clear or not? Clear. And he earns 4 marks for every correct questions. So there are x correct questions, so he earned 4x, but he lost 1 marks for every incorrect question. So incorrect question 75 minus 1 into 1. 75 minus x into 1. If we subtract minus marking in the unmarking, we get all the numbers is 125. It's a equation, mathematical equation. Is it clear? Any doubt? Please speak happily. Let's start to solve. 4x minus 75 minus into minus, it's become plus, equal to 125. 4x plus x, 5x, 5x, and minus, it's become after the equal plus. 125 plus 75, it's become 200. So 5x equal to 200, x equal to 200 upon 5, x equal to 40. 40 is the correct answer. 40 right questions, and 75 minus 40, 35 is incorrect questions. Clear? But this is not the right way to solve this question in the examination, especially in the examination hall. It's a very basic calculation and basic type. So what will you do in the examination hall? There are, he attempted 75 questions. Clear? And let's assume if he did all the questions right, then how many numbers he gets? If he attempted all the correct questions, then how many number he gets? 75 into 4, 75 into 4, 300. But he got only 125 marks. He got only 125 marks. So 300 minus 125, it's become 175. He got 175 numbers less. Why? Because some number of the questions he attempted wrong. And please tell me that how numbers he lost for every incorrect questions? No, it's a 5. If he did this correct, he get 4 marks. 4 marks, and he attempted wrong. So 4 minus 4, and 1 more minus because of the incorrection. So there are 5 number loss in per questions, per incorrect questions. So 175 upon 5 equal to 35. 35 incorrect. 35 incorrect. So 75 minus 35, 40 correct. Are you getting my point? Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? You can ask me again and again without any hesitation because I am your younger brother. Do you agree? I'm your younger brother. Do you agree? Please, yes or no, why? Why are you so sad? This is looking similar to mathematics, but it's a arithmetical reasoning. Anyone got the answer? Do you know about SI and CI? Do you know about cascading Texas system? Cascading Texas system. Do you know about cascading Texas system? Taxes on tax. Taxes on tax is called cascading system. CI is quite similar to cascading system. SI and CI. First year. Let's assume there are 100 rupees. There are 100 rupees because 10% of 100 is 10. 20% of 100 is 20. 30% of 100 is 30. So let's assume there are 100 is a principal. Principal is 100 rupees. So in the first year, SI and CI are always same. So 10% of 100, 10. SI and CI are same in the first year. Second year, SI are always same in every year, but CI are not same in the every year because he apply interest on the interest. So 10, 100, 10% of 100 is equal to 10, but here are apply interest on the this number, 10. So 10% of 10, 1. If you look, SI is 20 and CI is 21. So what is the difference of 20 and 21? 1. And there are difference given in 732. So 1 equal to 732. So we have to find out 100. 1 equal to 732. So 100 equal to 73200. Clear? For difference of 2 years between SI and CI, we apply the formula x plus y plus x y upon 100. It's for CI. What is the interest rate? 10%. So CI is 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 upon 100, 0, 0, 20, 20 plus 1, 21%. And SI 10% in 2 years, 20, in 3 years, 30, in 4 years, 40, 5 years, 50, 6 year 60. SI, we have to multiply the numbers of the year in the interest rate. But for 2 years, CI implement this formula. It's a formula of profit and loss. Clear? So 21 and 20 equal difference 1 equal to 732 and 100 equal to 732,000. Clear? Sure. Forty-eight. Good. He is really champion. What are you doing now? Are you tired? You're looking tired. What is the answer? Good. And you, please try. Look at the question. The age of father and his son is in the ratio of 3 is to 1. 3 is to 1. And their average age is 32. If average age is equal to 32, then sum of ages is equal to, there are two persons, father and son, and average age is 32. So it's become 32 into 2. 32 into 2, it's become 64. The sum of the father and son age is 64, and we get here that sum of father and son is 4. So 4 is equal to 64. 4 equal to 64. 1 equal to 64 upon 4 equal to 16. And we have to find out the age of father. Father age is 3. 1 equal to 16. 1 equal to 16. So 3 equal to 48. Clear? We have started live classes on YT for you. How many students know about this announcement, this initiative? Have you joined any session? Which session? You can join reasoning also. It will be very fruitful. My last class was, I think, dice, and we will discuss dice part 2 in the next class, 10th, tomorrow. What happened? There are 3 or 4 methods to solve this type of questions. First option and very easiest option is that by hit and trial. You can solve this type of questions by the hit and trial method. And we will speak any 2 or 3 method of this to solve these questions. It's a key point. If there are total number of heads is 15, everyone has only one head. Do you know about Ravan? How many students know about Ravan? Ravan has 10 heads. Dashanan. But there are only one head to every person. So if there are 15 heads, so there are 15 numbers of cows and boys, including boys and cows. Total are 15. And let's assume there are x cow. There are x cow. If we assume x cows, then how many boys? 15 minus x. 15 minus x. Clear? Clear? And cow has the 4 legs. Do you know? Cow has the 4 legs and boys has how many legs? 2 legs. And total number of legs of the cow and total number of the leg of the boys we have to add, and we get 46 leg. Clear? Please solve. 4x plus 30 minus 2x equal to 46. 4x minus 2x, 2x, and 46 minus 30, 2x equal to 16, x equal to 8. X equal to 8. There are 8 cows, and 15 minus 8, 7 boys. Clear? But this is not the right way. It's a concept, but this is not the right way at present time. Please write down. Done. Is it done? Okay. There are total numbers of cow and boys are 15. Boys has 2 legs and cow has 2 plus 2 legs. It means 4 legs. Let's assume that if all the numbers of person, including cow and boys, there is exclude the cow, all the 15 numbers are boys only. If all the numbers has only 2 legs, then how many legs we get? 30. But in the question given that there are 46 legs, there are 46 legs. What is the difference? 16. We get 16 more because we get 2 more. So it's equal to 2 equal to 16. 16 upon 2 equal to 8. 8 4 lakhs. Is it clear? Any doubt? Hmm? How many lakhs? 46. 46 upon 2. 23. We have to subtract total number of head. We get cow. Always. 4 legs. And 15 minus 8, 7 boys. This is the easiest method. Clear? Please try this one. No need to solve this question. Because if you read carefully, Mukesh is thrice as old as Rohit, then the age of Mukesh. Mukesh age, then his 3 times of his brother. So Mukesh is that number who can easily become 3 times of any of the number. And you see all the option. 44 is not the multiple of 3. 46 is not the multiple of 3. 40 is the not multiple of 3. Only 48 is the multiple of 3. So 48 is the correct answer. No need to solve this question. It was asked in SSC examination. But I'll tell you the method to solve these questions. The method you can apply on the CI/SI topic in mathematics and ratio method and profit and loss method also. Profit and loss. Mukesh is 40 years old and he is 5 times as old as his brother Rohit. So let's ratio Mukesh and Rohit. 5:1. When the Mukesh is 5 times of his brother, Mukesh age is 40. Leave it this. And we have to speak the Mukesh age when he 3 times of his brother. So 3:1. Please say something. Just imagine, I am 4 years younger to you. Then after 10 years, the difference of 4 years is constant. The difference of age is always constant. But here are difference of 2, but there are no difference. So we have to make equal difference between the Mukesh and Rohit. So to make a equal difference, what is the difference between 3 and 1? 2. we multiply 2 on the upper ratio. And what is the difference between 5 and 4? Sorry, 5 and 1? 4. We have multiply 4. Now the ratio of Mukesh and Rohit. 2 into 5, 10. 2 into 1, 2. 4 into 3, 12. And 4 into 4, 1. And it's become equal. Clear? And in the questions, Mukesh is 40 years old when he 5 times of his brother. And we got 10. It means 10 is equal to 40. 10 is equal to 40, 1 equal to 4. And we have to speak the age of Mukesh when he 3 times of his brother. So Mukesh age is 12 when he 3 times of his brother. So 1 equal to 4, then 12 equal to 4 into 12, 48. It's a basic concept. No, it's a basic, not a basic concept. It's a ratio concept. Is it clear? But no need to solve. Clear? You all are looking very sad today. Why? It's a climate change to themselves. So everyone feeling sick too at this time. Am I right? I'm also feeling not well. No, really. Please speak happily, yaar. What is the answer? There are 2100 students in a school. There is one class monitor for every 20 students. For every 20 students, one monitor. But monitor is also a student. For 20 students, a monitor. But in 21 students, one monitor. So we have divided 2100 upon 20. It's become 100. There are 100 monitor in this class. Is it clear? Any doubt? He is looking very happy today. Have you got something new, big? Please try. Are you okay? What is the answer? Anyone got the answer? It's a quite similar to previous one. A group of 2400 persons, including captain and soldier, are traveling in a train in total. This group consists of a captain with every 15 soldiers. For every 15 soldiers, one captain. But in 16 person, a captain. So we have to do 2400 upon 16 equal to 150. 150 is the correct answer. Who said 150? Who said 150? 150 is the correct answer. It's not a tough, it's a tricky question. What is the answer? 15. Maybe. Shabash. Hmm? Shabash. Hmm? Maybe 28. Shabash. You all are using mind. There are only 4 options. Let's assume that there are a bucket. If we put 100 flowers in the bucket, it become full. For 100, if we put 100 flowers in the bucket, it's become full. And in the questions, is completely filled in 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, 100 flowers was put in the bucket. And in every minute, it's become double. So if we back one for 1 minute, it become half. Clear? And again we back for 1 minute, it's become half. And 25 is the 1/4 of 100. So 28 is the correct answer. Good. Shabash. Clear? Any doubt? He's saying like that, I am singing. Once more, once more, once more. Let's assume there are a bucket. If we put 100 flowers in bucket, it's become full. And in 30 minutes, the bucket is full. So in 30 minutes, 100 flowers are put in the bucket. And every 1 minute, it's become double. So if we back for 1 minute, in 29 minutes, it's become half. And Again, back 1 minute, it's become half, and 25 is the 1/4 of 100. So 25 is the correct answer. Clear? You bath early morning? You bath early morning. In the winter season, we should avoid water. Clear? You avoid water in the winter season. What is the answer? It's a very easy. It's the easiest question of this class. 10. Shabash. 12. Shabash. 10 and 12. Only two options are remaining. Manish was traveling in the compartment of the car. Compartment of the car? Leave it. There he met a man and 5 women. And 5 women. Every woman had a child in her arms. So 5 women and 5 children. So 5, 5, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. And Manish is also in this compartment. 11 plus 1, 12. So 12 is the correct answer. Clear? Yeah. Who said? Uh, I think he replied. MDH upon W. It's a formula. M, man. There is no man, there is a cow. 4 cow in 4 days and 4 boxes milk. It's a work, and works are always in the lower. 4 equal to 8 cow, 8 box of milk. How many days? Let's assume D days. So 8 8 4 4. So D equal to 4. 4 is the correct answer. Clear? Are you getting my point? He is sleeping. What happened? Are you missing to someone? What? Repeat. MDS, man, day and hours. अच्छा abbreviation पूछ रहा. Please speak loudly and with confidence. I've already said I'm your younger brother. MDS means man, days, hours, upon W means work. D. Oh, I forgot to say. Shabash. What is the answer? Anyone? Who said? You should also give the answer. I think. What is the answer? The number of boys in a class is 3 times the number of girls. Boys and girls. 3:1. If you add up, there are 4. So the every numbers of who are multiple of 4 can be the number of students. Every numbers who are multiple of 4 can be the number of total number of students. So 48 is the multiple of 4. So it can be 44 and 40. But 42 is not the multiple of 4. So 42 is the correct answer. Because we have to say cannot represent the total number of students. Clear? Any doubt? Good. Shabash. धन्यवाद. हिंदी आती है आपको? मतलब मैं सोचू यार हिंदी सीखा भी कल. धन्यवाद. अच्छा क्लास में तो काम चल जाता है. ये ऑटो वाले जो जाते हैं, ऑटो वाले से, सब्जी वाले से कैसे काम चलता है? हिंदी तो कुछ जानते ही हो गए. झूठ बोलते हो हिंदी नहीं आते. हिंदी तो जानते ही हो, कुछ ना कुछ तो जानते ही हो. ये सारे के सारे कुछ ना कुछ हिंदी जानते हैं. क्या कह रहा है? कब से रह रहे हो दिल्ली आप बेटा? आप दिल्ली कब से रह रहे हो? क्या कह रहा है? हिंदी? अच्छा, हिंदी पता नहीं। अबे ये बात भी हिंदी में बोला। मतलब बोल रहा है आई डोंट नो हिंदी। दिस वर्ड इज ऑल्सो सेइंग इन द हिंदी कि आई डोंट नो हिंदी। क्या यार? मतलब केवल इतना पता है कि मुझे हिंदी नहीं आती। प्लीज ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन। A hare walks a kilometer in 4 hours. He walks 4 hours 1 kilometer and rests for 20 minutes. Again walks 4 hours 1 kilometer and rest for 20 minutes, and again walks 4 hours 1 kilometer and again rest for 20 minutes, and 3 kilometers. So remaining distance is only 0.5 half kilometer. So time will be also half. 2 hours in 0.5, distance becomes 3.5, and time 4, 8, 12, 12 plus 2 14, 14 minute, and 20, 20, 20, 60 minute. 60 minute equal to 1 hours. So 15 plus 1 equal to 15 hours. Who got the right answer? Anyone? No. अब यहां पे क्यों शाबाश बोलूं? Twelve. Because 132 is the multiple of 12. Only 132 is divisible by the C option. 10 no, 20 no, 25 no. So in this type of questions, we have to see only the divisible number. So 12 is 132 is divisible by 12, so 12 is the correct answer. Let's think about that. Today is New Year evening, and we have to present to all the colleagues. We have to give gift all the colleagues. So I think there are 40 students. Let's assume there are 40 students in this class. So how many gifts you buy from market? 39, because 40th person you also, only 31. So x person by x minus 1. Let's assume two number whose difference is 1 and multiplication is 132. So there are 12 into 11 equal to 132. 12 person and per person by 11 gift. So 12 into 11 equal to 132. In the option 12 is only 12 number is 132 is divisible by only 12. So 12 is the correct answer. No need to solve this question, because if we will go to solve this question, it's make a quadratic equation. So by the option. Shabash. %20 of the mangoes kept in a basket are bad if the number of bad mangoes is in the basket are 35. So 20% and 35 are equal. 20% are bad and 35 are bad. So 20% and 35 are equal. 25% equal to 35. 25% means 1 upon 5. 1 upon 5 equal to 35. 1 equal to 35 into 5 equal to 175. So 175 is the correct answer. Is it clear? Any doubt? Shabash. D. There are 600 boys in a hostel, each of them playing hockey or football or both. If 75% boys play hockey, 75 plus plays hockey, and 45 plays football. If we add 45 plus 75, it's become 120. 20 are more of 100. So 20% that person who are playing football and hockey both the games. So 600, 20% of 600, it's become 120. Clear? Any doubt? And please try. $35 and 42. In an exam, 35% of the student failed in one subject. 35% failed in one subject and 15% failed in both the subject. So one subject and both the subject. If you difference 35 into 5, 20% is the one who are qualified in only one subject, and 42 minus 15, 27% the one who qualified is another subject, another single subject. So 20% and 27%, it's become 47%. And we have to say, if the total number of 25, then how many students passed in only one subject? Only one subject. 47%, 20 in one subject and 27 in another subject. Total 47% of 2500. 2500. So double zero and percentage are eliminates. So 25 into 47, it's become 1175. 1175 is the correct answer. Clear? And it's your homework question. So how was the class? Have you enjoyed my class? I think we will meet Friday. Shabash. Thank you, class. Thank you so much.